Okay, luckily that was a short break. We are getting ready for round 4 of Alpha Bracket of Low Ink. That's a lot of stuff. So we're watching two teams we already watched. I'm really excited for this. We just watched the Bunnies. They're returning here for round 4, and we're watching Trick or Treat, who was the first match we watched. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Neither one of these teams is Kenta Clan, though. I don't think. So I'm a little confused by that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trick or Treat. The last time we saw them in this tournament was when they finished in second place, I believe, in the March tournament. So here they are once again back into the winners finals. During a normal, or not a normal, but like a past Low Ink, this would have been this would have been the grand finals. But now that there's a losers bracket, whoever wins this one will just go on to grand finals. So Trick or Treat, if they wanna get some redemption here and finally take home the gold, they're gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to win a few more games than what the previous champions have had to do. But the Bunnies, making their first ever appearance in the Low Ink Top Cut, are looking to hop their way all the way to grand finals.
You're gonna keep doing this, aren't you?
How many bunny puns could there possibly be?
I think you're gonna answer that.
I haven't.
Anyways,
Gotta drop a carrot reference at some point here. I guess that makes sense.
Clan
What do we got? Clan Blitz Reef?
Or Reef. I think one of these teams was like super good at Clan Blitz. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
It was I think it was the Bunnies that we just saw on main stage, and they used the bamboo and splat roller and just kind of kept control of everything. But Trick or Treat has had the easier path, or I guess I shouldn't say easier, but they've had the less stressful path to winners finals, as the Bunnies have had to play in back-to-back game 5s. So maybe the Bunnies are a little bit battle tested at this point, but Trick or Treat definitely has a lot of experience on their side.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this step. Both of these teams have been playing incredibly well, so I think we're gonna have a good one on our hands here. So we get into game 1.
What the heck is JoJo? Anyways, we're moving on to Clan Blitz at 3. I think I am. I was a little delayed last time, but I think I'm on a better view that will give me I can actually stay with the action here, as we do see the same kind of comp we saw coming out for the Bunnies with that roller, the L3, the Bamboozler. We see a vanilla inkjet coming out for the side of Trick or Treat.
That's interesting, but although I don't disagree, because missiles would be better than Ray on this map, in my opinion. So, if you have to play Jet, that's probably the better choice.
And you know what? They're probably thinking that Toxic Mist, since the patch, Toxic Mist does a lot, especially to that L3's baller. So, a very defensive pick here, coming out with the vanilla L3 or the vanilla Jet. But a lot of specials, all 4 specials ready right now for the Bunnies. But the L3 does go down here, as we see they're going to have to use those specials for defense. Trick or Treat being very aggressive here in the opening.
Yeah, absolutely, which is unusual, because if you missed the last set, the Bunnies was super dominant with the aggression. They would just push in and get points and die. Like that's their game plan was, and it was working, because they got the lead last second on that last game. So really, Trick or Treat playing out aggression against the Bunnies. This is insane.
Yeah, and Trick or Treat with a very aggressive comp as well. A Nautilus to go along with that T-Tech. They do have Baller ready on their own. But we do see the jumping. Wow, whoa! They got so many clams in there in such a short amount of time. They do get wiped, but they get 69 points in one, like in a handful of seconds there. But we already see a counter push coming out for the side of Trick or Treat, and a lot of clams spawning by the basket. They might just give it to them right back here, and they do. What a high-packed 20 seconds that was. A lot of halfway going on.
Yeah. This is going to be a good set. Might be a little too quick. We might see just KOs everywhere.
So wow, a very nice back-to-back pushes from both teams. The Bunnies push a slightly better one though, as they're able to hold on to lead. So both teams have a lot of penalty points they're going to need to chew through. But like you mentioned, we're just now getting to the halfway point in this game, JPEG.
Yeah, 3 specials on the side of the Bunnies. Trick or Treat's just gonna have to play it safe, maybe bait them out a little bit. Although we're seeing armor on the side of Trick or Treat. And missiles, they're using them as soon as they got them. And that's gonna get a pick on that roller at least. Seeing a jet. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is working, but Trick or Treat, despite the Bunnies having so many specials, Trick or Treat's just at their basket, harassing them.
Oh, but the Bunnies are also at the basket of Trick or Treat as well. So like both teams trying to score on each other at the same time. 3 players going down. You see Sayo begging for somebody to jump in with just 4 clams so that they can pop this basket here.
They're gonna have to get creative here. Ooh, good shot by the roller, I believe. But
yes, Bunny for the Bunnies coming in with a nice pick there, jumping out from the trees to smack him in the head with the roller. As we approach about a minute 40 here. We did see some fireworks in the middle, but things have trying to calm down. Both teams trying to get another push going, but the pushes just keep getting denied.
2 missiles from each side, just gonna scatter everyone for a little bit. But otherwise, it's just a standstill. Aside from this brawler I missed, we're seeing jumps coming in, and that's gonna be another push by Trick or Treat. Not gonna be enough to get them a lead, but that's still gonna slow down the Bunnies.
Even the spectator cam's getting thrown off by some of these flanks. They're just coming out of nowhere here.
All over the place.
So a good push, but since there's so many penalty points, Trick or Treat redeems literally nothing and doesn't get control of the lead there as we now reach about a minute left to go. A lot of clams on the side of the Bunnies. They do currently have the lead and a baller built up. If they can find a way to sneak past all these guys, they do with the curling bomb there. Now we get to actually see a flank in action as nobody catches the L3 here, who's going to baller just to protect these jumps, and the power clams are going to get in. They do chew through their penalty points and possibly do a lot more damage. Trick or Treat being caught with somebody slipping through the back door, and it's going to cost them a lot more points. The bigger lead for the Bunnies as they approach 15 seconds left.
Yeah, that push had amazing communication. The Bunnies definitely flexing the sporty sports. They already had 2 clams ready and a baller. That's going to give them a closer lead. However, I think Trick or Treat could still get this in the last 5 seconds and overtime. They have that pity clam.
They have a lot of clams to work with as well. They're going to have 3 power clams, 2 and plus the pity, but there's only so much time they have to work with. They do have a baller ready. They're going to need to do that desperate baller jump play. If they can get in 2 jump, actually if they do a baller jump, but the baller gets denied. Oh, and one the inkjet with the power clam.
Yeah, you got to throw the clam before he he grabbed by accident. Yeah, look at that real quick.
If you look back at that, so we're a little bit ahead, but as I watched the actual stream on Twitch, the power cam got thrown, but it got blocked by the inkjet. The inkjet caught it before it went to the basket. So an unfortunate play there of playing goalie with your own teammates blocking the power clam.
Yeah, maybe flexing sporty sports a little too much here.
Oh, wow. What an interesting play there. What an interesting game. And we saw a lot of fireworks there. A lot of fast-paced scoring going on in that one push. So, welcome to Grand Finals. Or Winners Finals.
Not quite Grand Finals. Yeah, we're close enough, though.
Welcome to the preview of Grand Finals. Wow.
Yeah, it sets like this scare me because, like, I mean, how do you top that when there's games after this?
We'll find out as we go to Starfish main stage Splat Zones. Both teams played in main stage in the previous set of Clan Blitz, so we'll see what kind of comp we'll expect from both teams here. The Bunnies, they did what we saw last time, coming out with the bamboo for Clan Blitz. You think they're going to come out with E-Leader here? I think this map kind of works for E-Leader.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not sure. I think really any backliner could work here, so if you think E-Leader, I don't disagree, though.
For the side of Trick or Treat, coming out with this Vanilla Jet last time, I think that was a very smart pick, as you kind of mentioned. But now that they're down 0-1, we'll see what kind of anchor weapon Trick or Treat chooses to come out with, if one at all. I think we might see the Inkjet Nautilus coming out from Mevlin. I almost said Melvin, but there's a V before the L there. We're gonna.
It's been a trend for their team, hasn't it? Yeah. So, 5 seconds left on the clock. The Bunny's not quite ready for the comp. Also, both teams actually. So, hopefully they're readied up in time.
The last player was the vanilla roller that we haven't really seen them switch off of that. So it was probably more so just like, hey, let's talk about how we want to play this map and mode. Kind of go over our comps here, as you do see the remix coming out for the side of Trick or Treat, along with the Nautilus and a Bomb Rush Neo Splash. And nothing really surprising from the Bunnies. We do see that scoped E-leader that we were kind of predicting.
Yeah, I think, give me 1 second. Okay, I think the Bunnies might want to flank on this map, but Trick or Treat's going to have to watch out for that. And seeing that heavy remix pushed up, I think this is a good map for that to be taking place. I do play heavy remix. That it can be an aggressive weapon if you let it.
Oh, especially on this map.
Yeah, this map is a playground for heavy.
Yes, you see heavies doing a lot of flanks on the grates on the left and right side of this map, especially for this mode. But with the E-leader, if they can keep the E-leader comfortable, which is going to be hard to do as they're getting swarmed by burst bombs there. Maybe got a little overextended in mid. Oh, but a suction bomb coming off and picking off the Neo Splash. So this lead looks like it will go to Trick or Treat here, who's trying to get established to create a lockout situation, but a lot of specials ready and coming out from the Bunnies.
Yeah, seeing an Inkjet and perhaps Splashdown and the Rain. That's going to maybe push them out, but not quite take them out. So hopefully, yeah, with that Bomb Rush, Trick or Treat has an opportunity to immediately take back that zone. It's sniped. It's all over the place. It's hard to tell who's going to take zone, who won't.
And we did see a brief view of the E-leader's build there. So they do have a main and several subs of main power-ups, so that's going to give the scoped E-leader even more range to work with. But they are pushed up very far, so kind of exposing themselves a little bit. But they have been getting several picks so far for their team, as well as getting 3 specials off in the first 2 minutes here, as well as having the lead, which is the most important thing for the Bunnies at this point.
Yeah, before this Bomb Rush, the Bunnies had lots of map control, and it's worth mentioning that they're the team with the rollers, so I think the more map control, it can exponentially get tougher and tougher for Trick or Treat to bounce back. However, looks like they're managing it a little well. Bunnies doing a good job keeping up the defense, though.
Yeah, the zone did get flipped briefly, but it is now once again back in control of the Bunnies, who don't have a lot of penalty points left to go through before they can start doing permanent damage. But the zone will get flipped over to Trick or Treat, but it did cost the Trick or Treat the life of their T-Tech, as you see that flanking heavy, as you mentioned. Yeah. But it does get picked off once again by a Bunny of the Bunnies.
Yeah, the Bunnies doing a good job just maintaining that map control, letting that roller get 2 kills. Commentators curse, my bad. But Trick or Treat hopefully can get this zone real soon. E-leader making it tough as he watches over that zone and letting his team get those pushes. Great jet kill, leaving just the roller, and that roller's going to play safe with so many people looking out for him.
So Trick or Treat here now in a position to create a lockout. Their first real opportunity to do so since the beginning of the game when they got down to 58, and they've already chewed through their penalty points. And they do have an Inkjet to work with. No Ink Armor to be combined with that Inkjet, so we're going to have to see if this jet can get a few picks here. The Booyah Bomb going out in the street, able to get that roller, so the lead will go to Trick or Treat. And unless Laura can get a good pick here, they might threaten the KO, actually.
Yeah, and before this cap, we saw I did see a good stop. The Trick or Treat identified the roller and stopped them, so I think they're starting to catch on to their playstyle here.
The E-leader with 9 KA, leading their team in KA so far as we reach about just a minute left to go. Not many penalty points that the bunnies have to chew through here, and they already get through them all, but we see this Inkjet from Sayo. If they can get control of zone with it, they do. So
yeah, another flank coming in, and they see it. Trick or Treat doing an amazing job identifying these flanks and taking them out before they become issues. I've seen it like 3 times now. This is the 4th one right here. I think the Bunnies is just going to have to change up their playstyle for to get this last second cap.
Yeah, it looks like we see a lot of Inkjets coming out from both teams.
Real.
But 2 players going down for the side of the Bunnies. So map control will stay, and we'll potentially see a KO here. If we don't, it's going to be too difficult for the Bunnies to cap zone.
Not
in 3
quite
seconds.
enough. Do that.
You know, it's interesting. Trick or Treat won there with a double Inkjet comp, but no armor to complement those Inkjets. So Trick or Treat able to accomplish a lot with Inkjets that were without any shielding to go along with them. So that shows a lot of Inkjet skill coming out from them.
Yeah, so far 1-1 is the score, and it's been super close. Next up, we're looking at Manta Maria Tower Control, which, I mean, this is a pretty cramped map. So the aggression is going to help both these teams. I think this might be the most intense match, if you tell me.
Yes, and once again, if we're going to see that scoped E-Leader coming out with that huge range, and the E-Leader played really well on that last map. As we kind of mentioned before, this might be a better Splatling map just because of the run speed you have on the grates there. But if you're going to use a weapon with the range of an E-Leader, there's definitely a lot of spots here that you can abuse the range from.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, as you said, Splatling might just be the better choice because of the maneuverability. Against both these teams, it's been really aggressive on both sides. I've never seen anything quite like this in a while here in low ink. A lot of teams play it safe normally, but no, both these teams are fearless.
Yeah, especially in this point in the tournament where nerves might start to be building. I mean, this is winners finals, so if one of these teams loses, it's not the end of the world. They can still win the whole tournament. But yeah, both these teams aren't playing. They're not playing scared. They're playing to win, and they're playing very aggressively.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, it's very exciting play style to see, especially in this stage of the tournament. Vanilla Charger and the E-Leader coming back out. So the remix getting dropped in favor of the unscoped Stingray Charger for Trick or Treat.
It looks like we were wrong in the heavy guess, but however, I do think Ray could be a good choice here.
Yes, and they still do have a Booyah Bomb from the K-Pro, which can be very good as a get-off the tower kind of special. On the flip side, the Bunnies don't really have anything outside of the rain from the E-Leader that can be used to kind of force players off of the tower, so they're going to need to find a way to get a lead, a pretty sizable lead that they can comfortably hold here. But it's going to be difficult to do with this first push coming on the side of Trick or Treat. We should be able to clear this first checkpoint with ease.
Missing another jet, 2 down by Poke. And that's gonna let the tower have full access to the alleyway, which is probably going to be the most chaotic part of this map. Already seeing a Ray come out. The Bunnies needs to step up their game. They've been at least 1 or 2 down almost this entire game. But the roller, wow, that was weird.
Yeah, the aggression
did not get that kill.
The aggression of the Bunnies kind of working against them at this point, is they're just throwing body after body at the tower, just trying to stop it. And they've already cleared the second checkpoint, which is huge, but now they cleared the third one, which is almost too much to come back from at this point. Even though there's 3, just 1 point
they're just denying the roll. Goes right past him and gets the KO.
The roller with the swing in the miss, hopping a little too high as that bunny, as Sayo just swims underneath, hops on tower, and gets the KO. So
You know, I said that'd be an insane aggressive match. That didn't mean it wouldn't be fast.
it's too aggressive. Honestly, probably a little too aggressive by the bunnies there.
Yeah.
In a mode, the tower control mode, one of the more slower modes in the game. A very quick KO for Trick or Treat. That might put the bunnies on their heels a little bit here.
Yeah, this might be the last game. Trick or Treat, I mean, although they lost the first game, they've been keeping the momentum on game 2 and 3. This could be the last one on Anchovy Rainmaker. Again, I said it before, Rainmaker moves as fast as you do. Both these teams are incredibly quick. I'm honestly quite scared to see what happens here.
If you're the bunnies, you did not want to come into this game for being down 1-2. Well, I mean, that's kind of obvious to say, but the reason you didn't want this game for in particular is we just saw them lose this one in the last set, the same map and mode, because the other team took the Rainmaker to that deep left side. So if Trick or Treat even hints at going to that awkward flank route that we saw Ouch only do in the last stream, there might be some PTSD coming out from the bunnies there, and maybe they might overextend to that. But you do see them kind of taking their time picking their weapons here, so they might do a weapon switch now that they realize their comp hasn't really worked out in their favor these last 2 games.
I'd like to mention, maps are chosen randomly. We did not do Rainmaker Anchovy twice on purpose.
Oh, especially not you and me. I have
nothing to do with this. Don't blame us. Blame Kraken Man.
Check my contract.
Yeah.
So we see pretty much the same comp coming out. Oh, and we do see a side change for the bunnies. They're coming out with the vanilla splat charger, so they're dropping the E-leader, and that is a vanilla inkjet, a vanilla Splash-O-Matic with inkjet. But more importantly, they're looking to get that toxic mist out, which will help slow down the Rainmaker. So a big comp change for the bunnies here.
And another double Ray we're seeing here. We're going to see a lot of Rays try to stop her and perhaps help push this out. Seeing 2 down on both sides initially. Gonna have the bunnies do possibly a push, however it does get stopped.
Yeah, since the first minute goes down, the game kind of neutral here. We'll see if both the aggression from both teams kind of continues. But it seems like both teams are being kind of passive, and I say that as Trick or Treat starts to push up the fan, complemented with the Stingray. And the roller here, drowning in blue ink, will stay alive, and we'll get a pick on the Nautilus. So 3 players now down. As you see, Bunny calling this way. Let's go off this and knock the fan. Bunny pushing way up, using the splashdown, or it still has the splashdown available, but a huge lead coming out for the bunnies. And honestly, a lead that you can win from if they can play defense for the next 3 minutes, 30 seconds.
We're getting some deja vu here. Remember, bunnies had this exact situation, and the last team that fought him at this map pulled through near the end. So this isn't over. And Trick or Treat, again, being a little more collected. Actually, no, I disagree. Actually, I don't mean that. Both teams incredibly aggressive. It could be any way. However, the bunny is proving to have more mid control, but that's going to go away real quick with 2 down on their side.
Yes, Trick or Treat has shown the ability to be collective, and they're starting to do that just now, getting 2 picks and getting control of mid. So here comes their first real push.
A Booyah Bomb, not good. Oh, not the best spot to put it in.
Yeah, popping the Booyah Bomb, but I don't think they realized the roller was right there, and that kind of spooked them a little bit. And ultimately, even though the Rainmaker died away from the roller, 2 players going down with the roller away from the Rainmaker is going to ultimately leave the Rainmaker exposed and in that push, as the bunnies now get back control of mid and look to get the Rainmaker on the Trick or Treat side of the map.
Yeah, right now the bunnies doing a good job kind of denying Trick or Treat access to their perch there to allow them to push.
Just about 2 minutes left to go here. A couple of specials coming up ready for Trick or Treat. I guess this should be kind of noted. They are using the vanilla Nautilus instead of the Inkjet one, so they don't have the double Inkjet comp that was working out really well for them in the last couple of games. Instead of electing to go with the Baller, but here we go. Here comes their push with that Baller leading the way. But the kill does happen behind the Baller as the Rainmaker does go down. You see Mevlin trying to get a few picks here, trying to pop the Rainmaker and keep the fan raised all at the same time. But with the Charger the only player alive, Mevlin's not going to get support they need to keep this push going.
Got 1 minute left. I'm surprised Trick or Treat hasn't done many more aggressive pushes or many more coordinated pushes quite yet. Bunny's been been sitting tight on the perch, not letting them push into their base. However, they do have mid control. I think right now is the time. With the Inkjet going up, they have to pop that Rainmaker, pick it up real quick, and get in there with that Booyah Bomb also going off. Might be a little too early to see this, especially with that Roller going for another flank. I think that's the factor here, preventing them from pushing any further. However, they're in their base, seeing Melvin and
Here it is.
Ooh, great Baller.
Oh, they got it!
Get them to lead the 2 down.
Oh, what a nice opportunity, and it's still going here. They might get the KO here. They do! Wow! Trick or Treat coming through strong. You were saying, and look at that whole map. The entire map is blue right now. That's the curse of Rainmaker. You just play bad for 15 seconds, and it's all over. All the good things the Bunnies did up to that point erased in 15 seconds. Even look at the KAs. The KAs were still kind of roughly even there, but. Wow, a nice win by Trick or Treat, who is going to find themselves once again in Low Ink Grand Finals, and the Bunnies will be sent to the losers bracket, or the redemption bracket, if you want to be more optimistic about it. But still, an exciting winners finals there.
All right, so with that, I am going to check up on staff. We're going to take an incredibly short break. We might watch a losers bracket match as we wait for grand finals to start. I'm not sure, can't make any promises. We're going to just touch base with staff real quick, so we'll see you then.